Today, everybody, I ordered a single pop from 7 different stores, and we're going to be finding out exactly how well they package their pops. We've got a single figure coming from Hot Topic, GameStop, BoxLunch, Funko Shop, and more. So let's get started. Now, before we get into this, I do have to give a shout out to Gasolcast, who also had this same idea, and I thought about it right around the exact same time, and then I found out they did a video on it, so if you guys want to check out theirs as well as what pops they got, I definitely recommend it. And I also want to let you guys know exactly how I'm going to be assessing these with 3 different main things: box size, packaging, and protection. Box size is pretty self-explanatory, but when it comes to packaging and protection, with packaging it's what's around the figure, and then protection is what's actually encasing it. Whether that be a hard case, protector, sorter, whatever they use. Each of these categories is going to be ranked out of 10 for every single store, and I do have this handy dandy whiteboard here to help me out while we do this. And so let's just jump into the first store, which is going to be Hot Topic. And I guess right away we can see that this box is a pretty decent size. Like, I definitely think that a Funko Pop would fit inside of here, and if you take another one that I've got and put it next to it, you would notice, yeah, you got about maybe ½ an inch of room on the top. It should be enough. But it is cutting it a little bit close, so I don't think that we can give this one a 10, but when you're looking at it like this, there's definitely enough room on the sides. Yeah, it's a square, so it's cutting it kind of close. So we definitely cannot give this a 10, and I think for Hot Topic, because it is pretty decent, it's not like so big it's gonna be bouncing around, I'm gonna give it a 7. That seems fair. Alrighty, so now let's cut into this and find out what kind of packaging we're gonna be finding inside of here, and I honestly don't know with a box being this small. And so when you look inside, there actually isn't any protection. There's all of this room on the side here, but you do get this 15% off coupon, which is kind of nice. But it doesn't save the Funko Pop that I've got now. It just saves me a little bit of money for later on. So I think with this one here, I'm gonna have to give it a 0. Or well, no, hold on, guys. They did have the packing slip inside, and that would do a little bit, so let's give it, I'll give it a 2. That's the best I could do. But now, something that you guys might have noticed, which is great for this box, is that they did actually put it into a sorter, so this is definitely gonna be a 10 out of 10. Because I found with boxes like this, it really does save the figure. And if you guys want to see which one I got from Hot Topic, it is, oh yes, Bambi. Every time I went to a new website, I was looking for a figure that I did not have, and this was one of the last ones I had actually ordered for this video, so to have the SDCC Bambi in really nice condition, it's pretty great. Oh, and I also want to mention that even though my figure came in really nice condition, it doesn't mean that this is going to happen to everybody. Mine just got lucky. And so with there being no packaging on the inside and it being very close to the top and bottom, it could have totally got crushed in shipping. And now before we get on to the next one, if you guys haven't seen Bambi before, I definitely recommend this figure, especially because it is part of the Disney Classics line, and I'm going to try to get as many of these as possible. And I did see that there was a Jiminy Cricket one that was just announced recently, and I'm definitely going to be grabbing him too. Alright, so the score to beat is 19 out of 30, which really isn't saying much, and now the next one we've got on the list is GameStop, and this is a pretty decent sized box. And so I think putting a normal size figure inside of here would totally be okay. And let me grab Barney again just to show you guys what I'm talking about, because yeah, there is a okay, you know what? It's actually pretty close on the top. Actually, now that I think about it, this is probably like the exact height of a normal Funko Pop, but I don't know how they package it inside of there, so we can't really like knock a bunch off for that, because looking at it this way, it would totally have enough room to be inside of here. So we can definitely not give this box as low as Hot Topic. So for this one here, I think I'm gonna give it a 9. It's a pretty decent size. Alrighty, now everybody, let's cut into this and find out what is going on inside of here in terms of packaging. And, ooh, okay, the pop is just on top here. Yeah, okay, wow guys, so there is just enough room for a figure in here, and so far I am not seeing any packaging. I'm also not seeing any protection, but we'll get to that in a second. Let me at least take the Donald Duck out of here to see if there's anything else going on. By the way, a really, really nice figure. And okay, inside of here, there is some stuff at the bottom. We've got one huge, oh no, there's 2 huge bubbles, and then that's about it. But I gotta say, with the way that they've got it in here, even though this is a massive box, if you were to get hit on any side here, it would probably get damaged, especially if it was on the side where the Funko Pop was. And so when it comes to packaging, they did have some, way more than Hot Topic, because they didn't have any, so I can't give it a 2. I'm probably gonna go, let's go a 5. And now some of you guys might have noticed this, when it comes to protection, there is absolutely nothing on Donald Duck. He was actually so close to the box that it probably would get damaged if it got hit in any way, shape, or form. So for this one here, we're definitely gonna have to give it a low score. I just don't exactly know how low to go. Like, I haven't given a 0 yet, so maybe the lowest we can go is a 1. Let's at least give them 1 point. I also guess we unboxed 2 Disney Pops in a row, and if you want to take a look at Donald, here he is, and seriously, this is a great one. I love that he's angry, and it kind of just reminds me of Donald, because he seems to always be mad at something. And then taking a look at the back of the box, there's a bunch of other really cool characters, and some of these haven't even been announced yet. I believe the only one that's like officially gone to stores is Mickey Mouse, and then Donald, that's about it. So I have no clue when the rest of this line is going to release, but when they do, I want to do a hunt trying to find every single one of them, because it's the classic characters, I have to. And now for GameStop, we have a 15 out of 30, a little bit less than Hot Topic. Next up here, we have BoxLunch, which is going to be, oh yeah, this package here. So for 1 figure, they gave us this. And I gotta say, so far it is looking pretty decent, and even though it is way bigger than a single pop, it's not too bad. The only thing that I'm a little bit bummed about is when you take a pop and put it next to it, you'll notice that there is, oh, you know what, there's actually a little bit more room than I expected. Like, if you were to put that there, you probably have like an inch all the way around it. Okay, it's pretty decent. And it's definitely big enough that you can have the Funko Pop somewhere on the inside, because let me grab Donald again. If you look at it, yeah, there is enough room for 1 figure. And so I think when it comes to the box size, I'm gonna have to give it a pretty decent one. And I feel like it's very similar to the GameStop, where it's kind of like just making it on the top and bottom, but the box is big enough, so I'm gonna give it another 9, because there could be a little bit more room on the top and bottom. Now everyone, let's cut this thing open and hope I don't cut into the figure. Let's hope it's got some sort of protection on the outside of it. And let's see here. Alrighty, hold on. Ooh, let me see if I can cut this one. Okay, everybody, let's find out what is going on in here. Interesting. Okay, so I assume with the box being this big, they were gonna throw like some paper inside of here, but when you take a look at it, no, it's just got the flap up, so it's holding it in this corner, so I guess that's something, but it's still not great. And I guess they did use this as well as the packing slip to keep it safe. And oh, for this one, we've got 25% off. Not too shabby. But like I said with Hot Topic, it saves me money. It doesn't save this pop though. And I still think it's a nice gesture. It's just this one could get damaged still. And so now I'm debating, guys, because it does seem like they're holding it in kind of nice. It's not gonna like jumble around at all. So I've got to give it a pretty decent score. It's just not gonna be as good as the ones that actually have packaging inside. And so I think with me giving GameStop a 5, let's give them a 4. And now when it comes to protection, I will say they did a pretty good job, because it is inside one of these sorters here, which usually saves the figure, so it's gonna get a pretty decent one for that. And you know what, guys, I forgot that this is also another classic Disney one, so let's open this thing up and find out what it's looking like, because I actually haven't been able to find it anywhere recently, and I don't think it's come to stores here in Canada. I haven't seen it anyway. I know this is kind of funny, guys. I just noticed that it's another classic Disney one, but I think it's a really great one, and I haven't seen it anywhere in Canada, so I'm glad that I did order it when I could. And if you guys want to check it out, this is the BoxLunch exclusive Thumper. I don't believe they had ever made a Thumper, and it's kind of funny that I now have Thumper and Bambi in the same episode. What a coincidence. Oh, and I'm also really enjoying how the boxes match, because when you look on the back, it has the exact same art. It's pretty nice. Oh, you know what? They did make a Thumper a long time ago when they made Flower as well as all of the original ones. It's just this one is so updated, it looks almost completely different. And I remember with the original one, he kind of had 1 foot up, but for this one here, he's sitting down holding on to them. It's pretty cute. Now, everybody, BoxLunch has the highest score so far, coming in at 23 out of 30. Now, next up on the list, we have the Funko Shop, and something that I'm noticing already, and because this is coming directly from Funko, it makes sense. They made the box big enough that definitely a pop would fit inside of here. Because if you take a look at it, guys, let me grab Thumper here so I can show you. If I were to put this right here, there is definitely enough room all around it. It's perfect. And also with the box being this big, a little bit of damage in the corner like this one here probably isn't gonna hurt the figure, which is nice. So everybody, when it comes to this one, I think it's actually gonna be the first 10 out of 10, and it makes sense because it is the Funko Shop. And so now let's cut into this and find out what kind of packaging they've got inside of here. And I don't know if there's gonna be much with the way that they've got this here, especially because it is only like a little bit bigger than the figure, and they usually put something inside. Yeah, so I guess, you know what? They kind of have like built-in packaging with the box. I don't really know what to do about this, because the protection on these figures are great, but there isn't any packaging. Like, this is the type of packaging that they use. This kind of insert where it's got the extra cardboard flaps so it doesn't actually hit the sides. And then besides that, there's nothing else inside the box. So I think I have to give them some points on that. I just can't give them too much because it is bubble wrap, but it's definitely gonna be up there. I don't know. maybe an 8 out of 10. That sounds okay. And now when it comes to protection, they've got pretty much the best one here because it does have these extra cardboard bits, so it kind of goes into both categories. And I guess we have to give this one a 10 out of 10 because it's just like the other ones, but with a little bit more protection with these extra bumps. And so now I guess let's find out which figure I ordered. Oh, right, it was Flocked Socks. I actually ordered this one a little while ago, and I guess it's nice that it finally arrived, but if you guys want to check it out, here it is. I am loving this figure. It's funny because my mom already has this one in her collection, and now I finally have it in mine, and I never did pick up a Socks Funko Pop because I was waiting on the Flocked one to arrive. And I know a lot of people said that they didn't like Lightyear, and for me, I think it was probably at least in my top 10, and I really did enjoy Socks. It was such a funny character. And so now that I've got this one, I've officially got one of every single character, and also, I gotta say, the box on this thing is looking pretty perfect. And now I feel like we knew this was going to happen, but for anybody wondering, the Funko Shop has a 28. I have no clue what could beat this. Alrighty, now let's take a look at Amazon, and already I don't like their boxes. I think it's a good size for a Funko Pop, but when you take a look at it, it's just already too thin and it kind of squishes a little bit, and I know I haven't talked about that with any other one of the boxes because they've been pretty thick, but when it comes to this one here, I hate that I can do like this with it. It's just not great. And so here's the thing, even though it's a great size box, and you can put socks on top as well as the side, and notice that there is enough room for a figure, I'm just not liking how thin they make them. Like, literally all Amazon does is ship things, and they can't make them, like, slightly thicker, and I do understand they'd probably lose 0.5 of a cent on every single box, but I think it is worth it to get the product in a little bit nicer. And so for this one here, even though it is a nice size, I'm gonna give it an 8. Like, one of the lowest ones I've had so far, just because it always seems to come in damage when I get them from Amazon, and I don't know if this figure is. We'll have to find out in a second. And so now, guys, let's find out what kind of packaging is inside of here, and I feel like it's gonna be okay. Well, everybody, it's kind of how I expected Amazon to be. I was thinking there might at least be a little bit of bubble wrap or something, but this is exactly how it came in. I think I know what we're gonna be doing with this. Alright, so what are we gonna do here? Because it's literally just a pop thrown into a super thin box. I think I'm gonna have to give it, it's definitely gonna be a 1 on the protection because there isn't any. And then when it comes to this, I mean, they literally didn't give it anything. There was nothing inside of the box. I think I'm gonna give it a 1 as well. I mean, no, they didn't protect it. I gotta give it a 1. And so now I guess let's just find out if K2SO came in all right. And so far, I'm not seeing anything, but I mean, with it being such a flimsy box, you're probably gonna get it damaged. And I'm also noticing that there's something going on with the pin inside of there. Do you guys see that? Like, it's kind of like pushed back a little bit. I gotta see what's going on there. And I actually ordered this one because I did need it for my collection, but with there being something weird going on with the insert there, it is kind of a, oh, never mind. Okay, Amazon, I apologize. They put it inside of a bag. I thought it was the insert being like completely crushed. Never mind. And well, anyways, taking a look at K2SO, I really do enjoy this figure. It's just like a much more detailed version of him with like scrapes all over it. And I think out of the ones that they've created, this one is definitely my favorite of his. And so now if you guys are curious what score Amazon got, it was the lowest out of all of them, 10 out of 30. Which is honestly crazy to me because Amazon is literally just shipping packages. I don't understand. And now next up here, guys, we've got Walmart. And I gotta say, the box is a lot nicer than I expected. And when I ordered this, I made sure to get it directly from Walmart, not somebody who just ships through Walmart's website. And when you take a look at this, here we'll grab socks again, you can see that the box is actually a pretty decent size on like the entire like girth of it. I guess is probably like the best word you can use because there's definitely room on all sides. And so literally just looking at the box, it seems like it came in pretty nice condition. So for this, I'm gonna give it a solid 9. It seems pretty nice. And so I guess now, guys, let's cut into this and find out what kind of packaging we've got going on here. And I do want to, before I open this up, just do this for you guys. It doesn't sound like there's much. So this 9 might be the best thing that they're getting today. And anyways, let's find out what is inside of here. Yep, it's just the packing label. I don't know why this happens all the time, but anyways, guys, yeah, like I said, it is literally just the packing label. And it seems like the Minnie Mouse is all right. And with it being a bit of a thicker box, I guess we can give them a bit of leeway, but it's still not much. And if you guys want to check out which figure I got, it was actually the Minnie on Ice. And it seems like every single figure so far has either been Disney or a Disney property. I did not mean for this to happen. And so I guess very similar to Amazon, the way we did it, we gave them was a 1-1. And I guess we have to give that again because they literally didn't have anything inside of there. And so Walmart, you just squeaked by at 11 points. Whew. And now really quickly, I do want to take this Minnie Mouse out of the box because this is part of the Walt Disney Archives. How they did Mickey a few years ago, they then did a 5-pack of Minnies. And this one here is actually Minnie on ice, where she's riding on skates. And what I thought was really neat about these characters is that they even come with this little Walt Disney Archives base. So when you put it on there, you can have it on your shelf showing like it's actually from that. I really enjoy these. And now everybody, the last figure that we've got here seems like kind of a random one, but this one here is actually coming in from Zavvi. And the reason that I wanted to do this one today was because they actually are a much bigger company called the Hut Group. And so they fulfill orders from a bunch of different companies. Very Nico, Zavvi, as well as Pop in a Box, somewhere that you guys have probably ordered from. And so right away, guys, I gotta say that this is a pretty decent sized box. Like if I were to put it like this and then put the Minnie Mouse next to it, I think definitely on the height it's fine, but then when it comes to the width, actually, you know what? It's not too shabby. Like there's not a lot of room and I don't think there's gonna be much protection inside of here, but I do think that it's big enough that it could definitely hold a Funko Pop. I mean, of course, because there is one inside, you know what I mean. And so when it comes to box size, I'm gonna give it an 8 because it's a pretty decent size, but it's a little snug on the side. And now, everybody, let's find out what kind of packaging is going on inside of here. And it is one of those boxes where it's got, like, the lip, and you have to, like, pull it up. Okay, so absolutely nothing. Which is, again, like, whatever. And maybe they're counting that this part here, this little flap that goes on the inside as part of the packaging, but I don't. It's literally just the box. But then again, the box is a pretty hard one, so I can't give them a 1 for packaging. I'm gonna probably give it a 2, maybe a 3 at max. We'll give it a 2. And then when it comes to the protection, there was also nothing on it, so let's give that one a 1. I mean, that's pretty much the best I can do. And now let's take a look at Pikachu, because this is one that I needed for my collection. I'm also really enjoying the Zavvi sticker on the front there. It's iridescent, almost like a Pokemon card. And I will say this box is in really nice condition. Actually, it might be the best one out of all of them today. So even though it only came in this, it still turned out pretty nice. And something that I've really been enjoying about the flocked figures recently is that they're not flocking everything on the figure. So they didn't flock the mouth or the eyes. It really makes them pop. No pun intended. And so now that we've gone through every single one of these boxes, guys, let me tell you the scores again, just to let you guys know if you may have forgot. Let me actually scoot over so they can be on the side of the screen. So at number, let's go number 7, the lowest out of all of them. We have Amazon coming in at 10 points out of 30. Then after that, we actually have a tie with Zavvi as well as Walmart. They are both at 11 points, just squeaking by again. Then we've got GameStop coming in at 15 points. So 50%, which isn't too bad. They just passed. Hot Topic coming in at 19 points, which isn't too bad. Then we've got BoxLunch coming in at 23, the first one to crack 20 points. And then at the end there, number 1, we've got Funko Shop coming in at 28. And like I said earlier, I'm sure a lot of us knew that was going to happen because it's literally the company that sells them. They know how to package their product. And well, anyways, guys, there you go. That is everything for today. And let me know in the comment section below if there are any other stores that you guys want me to buy figures from and check out their packaging, because I can totally do that. Like, there are lots that I didn't do today. And just to think of a few, we've got like FYE, Target, we've got Toys R Us for here in Canada, like a bunch of places. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want to see more from me in the future, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that. But this has been an episode of Top Pops. Popsters, thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow.
Singing low while I pop a bottle off of your chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always at the guala, yeah, and you are not badass beat. Keep on going till you hit the spot. Whoa, I'm a big bag hunter with the bow. She got a big bed, number drop it low. Mama called me and she happy with the grow. Never ever fall for a party that's a no.